only way for most jellyfish to move is by being pulled along in the ocean current. Some jellyfish can propel themselves through the water by undulating their bell-shaped bodies. The nautilus is a close relative of the octopus and squid. Ancient ancestors of the nautilus were alive even before dinosaurs walked on the earth. To move through the ocean, the nautilus shoots water out of a small hole in its shell. The nautilus spends most of its daylight hours living in deeper waters. When it becomes dark, however, the nautilus rises to shallower waters where it hunts for small fish and crustaceans. The skeleton of a bat ray is made of a rubbery material called cartilage. This lightweight substance, which humans also have in their bodies, helps make the bat ray more buoyant. Bat rays move through the water by flapping their wings in much the same fashion as birds do. While bat rays look quite threatening, they are very peaceful creatures and would rarely hurt a person. Tuna are fast-moving predators that swim in large groups and love to hunt for schools of small fish and squid. Tuna are among the most popular fish in the world to eat. Fishermen use extremely large nets to catch them. Unfortunately, these nets accidentally catch and kill many kinds of dolphin, which like to swim beneath schools of tuna. Watch out! When a black-tip shark is in a feeding frenzy, it will bite into almost anything, including a person or even another shark. Normally, however, black-tip sharks are not dangerous to man, though their curiosity will often bring them quite close to skin divers and other swimmers. Black-tip sharks typically like to swim in the open ocean and near coral reefs where large schools of fish and other animals offer an abundant supply of food. To move through the water, the graceful eagle ray flaps its fins in much the same way a bird flaps its wings. This movement makes the eagle ray actually look as if it is flying through the ocean. Eagle rays are peaceful creatures. They feed on squid, crustaceans, and mollusks. Eagle rays are quite sociable and will often gather in large groups to swim. Some eagle rays will even leap completely out of the water, landing with a large splash. Every year, the gray whale makes a tremendous voyage from the Arctic Ocean to the warm waters around Baja, Mexico. Most whales migrate great distances each year to reach their breeding ground. Whale watchers will often pick spots on ocean coastlines to watch groups of whales swimming by on their way to the breeding ground. Sharks like the Galapagos shark have an incredible sense of smell, making it possible to detect very tiny quantities of blood in the water. Sharks also can detect electrical fields in the water by using a sense organ known as the ampullae of Lorenzini. These are small openings in the shark's snout that are filled with a jelly-like substance which can transmit tiny electrical signals in the water to the shark's brain. The sea turtle swims hundreds of miles across the open ocean to lay its eggs on the same beach where it was born. Once it arrives, the sea turtle crawls over the sandy beach and digs a deep hole where it deposits its eggs. When the eggs hatch, the baby sea turtles must crawl awkwardly across the beach and back into the sea. As human settlements expand to more coastal areas, the nesting sites for many sea turtles have vanished. Deep-sea anglerfish live so deep in the ocean that there is almost no light with which to see. To catch tiny fish to eat, they use a glowing lure that is attached to their head. This lure draws other fish close enough to the anglerfish so that it can swallow them with its large mouth. Some male deep-sea anglerfish reproduce by attaching themselves to the body of a female anglerfish. They will remain there like a parasite, living off the female's blood supply. All whales must come to the surface of the water to breathe. When they do, whales must quickly push the old air from their lungs out of a hole on the top of their head, known as a blowhole. At nearly the same time, the whale must breathe in fresh air which they can then hold in their lungs for many minutes at a time. Some whales, like the sperm whale, can hold their breath for extremely long periods of time as they dive to incredible depths beneath the ocean's surface. The giant whale shark is the largest fish in the ocean. It can grow to a length of 60 feet. Unlike most sharks, the whale shark is a peaceful creature. It feeds on microscopic plants and animals known as plankton. Some whale sharks will even eat garbage. Whale sharks are found in warm and temperate waters around the world. They are so gentle that some fortunate skin divers have caught rides with whale sharks by holding onto their large dorsal fins. The blue marlin is one of the fastest fish in the ocean. It can reach speeds of nearly 30 miles an hour, almost as fast as a speedboat. Blue marlins are well known for the dramatic leaps they make out of the water. These fast-moving fish are effective hunters. Often they will encircle a group of small fish or squid and then spear them with their long sword-like snouts. The manta ray is a gentle creature that lives on a diet of tiny plankton that it swallows as it swims through the water. Manta rays are members of the same family of fish as sharks and skates. For years, people thought that manta rays were dangerous to humans. As it turns out, manta rays are among the most peaceful animals in the sea. At certain times in the year, manta rays can be seen leaping clear out of the water. These graceful animals can grow to enormous sizes. Some have been measured at more than 23 feet across. The tentacles of a jellyfish are loaded with stinging cells that can paralyze or kill a small fish. These tentacles don't feel good on your skin either. Jellyfish can move themselves forward by undulating their bell-shaped bodies. Jellyfish cannot, however, choose the direction in which they move and must drift along with the prevailing ocean current. The squid is a member of a large class of undersea animals known as cephalopods. These animals have large brains and complex nervous systems. A squid is capable of seeing quite well in day or night, and its skin can change color quickly to match its surroundings. Some scientists believe that squid even change the color of their skin to express simple emotions, such as anger and fear. Most squid measure only a few feet in length, but there are also giant squid, which measure 50 feet in length, that live in the deepest parts of the ocean. Angelfish come in many sizes and colors. They all have tall, thin bodies that are perfect for squeezing into the small crevices of a coral reef. Angelfish live in the warm waters of the tropics. Because of their brilliant colors and patterns, they are one of the most popular subjects of underwater photographers. The butterfly fish is a beautiful inhabitant of tropical waters all over the world. Its brightly colored body actually helps protect the butterfly fish from predators. The butterfly fish's markings, such as spots and stripes, make it difficult for predators to determine where the butterfly fish's body begins and ends. Quite often, a hungry predator will confuse a spot on a butterfly fish's body as its eye and end up taking a bite out of the rock behind the butterfly fish instead. Many divers make the mistake of touching a seemingly defenseless surgeonfish only to discover that it has a razor-sharp barb in its tail. This barb flips out whenever the surgeonfish is in trouble or when it is touched the wrong way. Be careful. Look, but don't touch. The lionfish is one of the most beautiful members of a coral reef, but its spines are loaded with a deadly poison that can make you very sick or even kill you. To catch its prey, a lionfish will wait among the branches of a sea fan until a small shrimp or fish comes within reach. When its prey is close enough, the lionfish will leap out of its hiding place and try to swallow the animal in a single gulp. Normally, Moorish idols like to swim alone. When they mate, however, they will gather in large groups near a coral reef. For any diver who is fortunate enough, this can be one of the most beautiful underwater sights to witness. Moorish idols are most often found in the warm waters around islands in the western Pacific Ocean. There are hundreds of different kinds of wrasse fish living in the ocean. Most are quite colorful and have a reputation for their extreme curiosity. Some wrasses are known as cleaner fish. They will actually eat the dead skin and parasites off the bodies of other fish, and sometimes even clean the skin of a fish that is usually its mortal enemy. The clownfish hides among the tentacles of an anemone for protection. Mysteriously, they don't get stung. Some scientists believe that the clownfish has a special covering on its skin that protects it from the stinging cells of an anemone. Sometimes, when a clownfish is in serious trouble, it will hide in the mouth of an anemone. If it is not careful, a hungry anemone will try to trap the clownfish in its stomach for good.